What's up, anomalies? Today we're going to be talking about, is it time for Sonic Odyssey?
With 10 million fireflies, I just can't decide.
Now, what am I talking about when I say Sonic Odyssey? I am talking about, is it time for Sonic to be in a game similar to Odyssey? Genius. Absolutely genius. That's what I am. So yes, today is going to be a cam video. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I will do them forever now, because they are fun, and I can do this. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about two things. The literal and the figurative sense of is it time for Sonic to have this kind of game? Literal sense meaning, well, is Sega actually making this game at the very moment? As we speak, are they making a game like this? And in the figurative sense, if not, should they? Because I think that it's important to start to open a conversation about this kind of stuff. Because as a Sonic fan myself, I'm worried for Sonic. Because the only successful game in the modern era was Mania. It was a 2D game. So, two things are going to happen. Sega is going to be ordering more 2D games to show the public that they care. But not everyone wants 2D games. We want a good 3D game. We don't want just 2D games. It's not like we hate 3D games. We want a good 3D game. So, Sega is either going to go for the direct approach or the smart approach, which it's a company. It's probably not going to go for a smart approach, but we can hope. So, in my opinion, are they literally making a game like Odyssey? What does that mean? Large open space, a new take on the franchise. They already kind of did this with Sonic Boom, but the thing is that they saw how successful Mario Odyssey was. Hopefully they don't just straight up copy the ability to copy other people's powers, but maybe something. I know a lot of people don't like those little Echo Boys, I forgot what the fuck they're called, but the little guys you collect and then you get superpowers. I really like them. I think they're very interesting, they're very simple little aliens, and it just adds to the lore of Sonic, which is the most convoluted video game lore. That includes, it's worse than FNAF. It's worse. I can make an entire video on how Sonic doesn't make any fucking sense. But I digress. So, do I think they're actually making something similar to Mario Odyssey? In quality, no. In concept, maybe. I actually think they will be making a 3D Sonic game, yet again, focusing more on exploration, trying to get back to the Adventure 2 era. But, unfortunately, they won't succeed. But then we have the other side. Should they, and how would they do it? And yes, they should, and this is how they were going to do it.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to.
First off, we are going to have to be looking at what is Sonic. Sonic is a blue hedgehog that runs fast and eats chili dogs. So, what do we want to do? We want him to run fast, be a hedgehog, and maybe eat chili dogs in a minigame or something. You see, Sonic is fast, so his gameplay has to be fast, but I think I didn't like Sonic Forces because, oh, you're going in one direction with 3 different side paths? You know, that's exactly like the mobile game, which is better than Sonic Forces? A fucking mobile game! This is how angry I am. This is how angry I am. This is what you brought to me. This is what you brought me down to, Sega. It's what you've done to me, bastards. No, but the mobile game is better. I like the mobile game. I did not fucking like Sonic Forces. They had such a good idea, and they fucking what's his name, Infinite? I was so pumped when I saw the trailer. Because, yeah, he's emo. He's a classic emo boy. But that's okay. You can be a classic villain. You can have... Everyone's trying to renovate the era and become the next DiCaprio. That's that Da Vinci of video games. But you can't do that. Not everyone is the next best thing. Sometimes, go with the basic stuff. The basic stuff can be helpful. But, of course, I don't know. What do I know? I'm a little black boy. Anyway, what really matters? We need open exploration as a game. Very open, but very, very fun. Similar to Mario Odyssey, but just expanded. Sonic is supposed to go fast, so let's open in green hills, like every Sonic game does. And let's just have it really open, with the loop-de-loops, and basically have it naturally generating. Secrets everywhere. Secret little bits and bobs, and let's try and get him giant rings. Just as an example, instead of the stars and moons, giant rings. So there's giant rings around the map. Getting one will give you one, and you can move on to the next, blah blah blah, basically Odyssey. But there are hidden things. You know, you can unlock characters later in the game, like Tails, Rouge, and Knuckles. I mean, Tails has his already ability that he has 2 tails. So in my opinion, I feel like Tails would be slower than Sonic, but he'd be able to fly. Rouge would be able to glide, but would be stronger than Tails and Sonic, and the Echidna boy, with many penises, would also be able to glide, but not as much as Rouge. Rouge can have, like, maybe a giant jump or something, but Knuckles would be the strongest out of the main cast. We could even have Big the Cat. Big the Cat most probably would be a fucking real memey addition. But if they do it, I don't think anyone would really complain. I think people would just kind of go, what? So, we have an open area. What about the enemies? You know, how are we going to feel fast? Obviously, with dynamic camera action. You dum-dums. Dum-dums. Big brain. Small brain. Big brain. You small brain. Basically, the camera would be very dynamic. You would even feel fast. Going around at the speed of sound would be literally your thing. Going super fast. Avoiding objects to block your path would increase your speed, so the longer you run, the faster you get. So the more skill you have, the more fun you're gonna have. The map would be built specifically so that you would have to run fast. There would be timed areas, there'd be different places on the map, there'd be different side stories, secrets, like I said. What about the story? What about the main story? I mean, Mario had a pretty good story, but it was pretty basic. It was pretty Mario-esque. What about Sonic? Well, how about this? The Chaos Emeralds have been taken by Dr. Eggman, and you must go around to each different part of the Sonic's world and get different emeralds. And fuck it, make a real world level, where you have to go around the real world and there's police that will chase you if you go so fast. So you either have to play really fast to avoid the police, or you play slow and smart. It's different choices. The biggest thing in a video game, which will make people love it, is choice. That's the whole point of a video game, is to choose how you do it and choose when you do it. When you're in a video game and you have 3 options and 3 options the whole fucking runway, yeah, that might be fun at first, but the combinations are limited. If you had 10 options, the combinations are almost unlimited. If you had 20, there'd be plenty of fun games. The whole point of Mario Odyssey is that you can replay it over and over again. And I think there's something that AAA games should be doing, and they should be focusing a lot more on speedrunning. If you can make your game smooth and solid, so that top tier players can play the game in a blurry speed with almost just no pauses in between, that's good game design. That helps the speedrunning community. What about the casual community? Well, you can have difficulties. You know, if you're playing on easy in this Sonic Odyssey, then bumping into things won't really slow you down. It'll slow you down a little bit, but not enough that you feel the momentum give up. Because if you're moving fast in a video game and you hit something and you stop, even if it's funny, there's a little tangent in your brain which really hates it, and it sends out anti-endorphins. I don't know what they're called, but you don't like it. Even in GTA, if you got a speed hack and you ran into a wall, it could be funny as fuck, and you could be laughing, but your brain doesn't like it that you were going fast, and then you stop suddenly. And that would not make a good pleasuring experience, where if you were going real fast down the highway, and you hit something, and you go real slow, it's not real fun, is it? So we have to build the game around the main aspect of, if you're a hardcore player, you have to be skillful, but anyone can play. Think about Mario Odyssey, anyone can play. Make it 2-player, make it online, make it something. So should, the big thing of this whole fucking video, should Sonic Odyssey, or whatever it's called, should it happen? Yes, it should happen. It should have a basic ass story, because no one really plays Sonic for the story, it plays them for the characters and their interactions. You could count that as the story, but I count that as the characters. 2, you would need big open spaces. Think of Sonic Unleashed, but more open. None of that, it's like semi-open. Like, yeah. Mix Sonic Adventure 2 with Sonic Unleashed. With a little bit of mania. And make sure that you make a good 3D game. People have made it before. Large open areas where you can run real fast, real quick. Make puzzles if you want to slow your players down. Make timed events or enemies that need specific attacks. No more just press a button, spin dash into a thing. I mean, yeah, that works for some games, but I would much prefer it if Sonic actually did shit. Like, if you had to do something particular to beat an enemy, not just a boss, but an enemy. Like, if an enemy couldn't be spin dashed into, you would have to, like, run into a rock that would boost the rock forward and crush this enemy. Like, that would be very interesting. Being able to advance the player's mind is one of the best ways a video game can help someone, is if it makes you think. Even in easy mode, it has to make you think at least somewhat and solve the puzzle. So yet again, in my final conclusion, Sonic Odyssey, it should happen. If it does, it won't work, because it's Sega. I haven't seen the movie yet, I heard it's pretty good. So maybe they're learning their lesson. But with the Sonic Mania Bash, it just feels like they're gonna go back to 2D. Which, I don't really mind, I like Sonic Mania. I really liked it, but some people don't want to go back to the classic era, they want 3D games and they want it to be better. Extra question, should the Sonic movie Sonic be in the games? No. No, because even the latest design I don't like. I mean, I don't hate it, I think it's enjoyable, but it still doesn't look too right, it still doesn't look like Sonic fully. Like, I think it's too kiddish, it feels too kiddish. I haven't seen the movie, so maybe he is very kiddish. But, I mean, I know he's 15, I'm older than Sonic, but even when I was 15, I didn't look like a child. I looked like a man-child, alright? Make it a little bit older. Like, in the games, he looks a little bit older. He looks young, but he also looks experienced. Like, this little bitch-ass kid, I could punt him so hard. I could punt this fucker so hard. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and you'll become an anomaly just like me. And, of course, make sure to subscribe, like, share if you want, dislike it if you hate my guts and you want me to jump off a cliff, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video where I'll be talking about how my mother's laundry gets in my hair. I'll see you in the next video, and in the next life. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.